Hachi Machi Middle Class Famous Tour update, Kippy.
Uh-oh.
We got a couple alerts going out. Straighten them out a little bit.
Yeah, guys, so we're coming to Seattle and Portland. Unfortunately, Seattle is sold out, so if you want tickets, you're going to have to come see us in Portland. Then we're going to Kansas City, Springfield, St. Louis, Nashville, Indy, Philadelphia. That show sold out already 3 months ahead of time. We added a second show. Tickets are on sale right now.
Ooh.
Then we're going up to Providence, Rhode Island. That's going to sell out. In Boston, there's low ticket alert, so get those tickets now. We love to see you.
Do it.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage? A little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out if they grow to be classy, or if they're just a big old piece of trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're down here at Aunt Tootie's basement. She's upstairs trying to make a little extra money selling water ice out of her trunk.
All right.
It's melted, but it still tastes pretty good.
Okay.
My co-host is coming at you from right next to me, unamused this week. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage, bit of an international businessman. He's the Prince of Park Avenue, but always the king of the boards, baby. Give it up for Mr. Neptune 2005, KJ, Kevin James Ryan.
You got some good feedback on that last time. Hey, what's up, everybody? Well, thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. As you know, those numbers are
It's
cooking, coming up on 100,000, baby.
Let's
subscribe now. Then obviously the greatest website of all time, www.patreon.com/areyouGarbage.
Sweet Lord.
Check it out. Get bonus content behind the fucking. We do live streams, whole 9 yards, bunch of videos. Check it the fuck out.
It's a good time. How about a nice quick shout out to our producer extraordinaire, the Magic Man, makes us all look good. He works the ones and twos. He crosses the T's. He dots the I's. Give it up for T-Bone McMuffin. Toby McMullen, everybody.
What's up, dudes?
What's up, T-Bone?
Dude, shout out to Red Bank, New Jersey, and the fact that we will never have to pay for a tire change again in the state of New Jersey.
A lot of blue-collar workers in that crowd last night.
Shout out to Jersey. It
Couple of
was a good
sleeves
time.
were missing.
But, gang, we couldn't be more excited to have our incredibly, and I mean incredibly special guest here with us today for the first time. Kid's a bit of a wild card, I'll tell you that right now.
He's certified bonkos, by the way.
He is a very funny stand-up comedian, actor, and podcaster. You might have seen him in, but not limited to. We got Deadbeat, Alone Together, Barely Famous, The Comedian, starring Mr. Billy Crystal, The Sixth Lead, Undateable, 36 episodes of that. Cha-ching. That's what we're talking about. The Outdoorsman, A Futile and Stupid Gesture, which I fucking love that fucking movie. Like, I fucking love that movie. I saw the documentary, and then I watched the movie. You guys fucking knocked it out of the park. You also seen him in Nobodies, Today, The Daily Show, Riffin' with Griffin, WTF, The Voice, At Midnight, and he's one of the stars of the new Amazon original series, As We See It, and, of course, the host of the amazing podcast, Take Your Shoes Off. But the big question on his mind today, is he garbage?
He's crazy.
I know he's a little backed up. I can tell you that right now because he told us. Give it up for Rick Glassman, everybody.
Hey,
Let's go.
Ricky.
Let's go.
I told you off camera. Will you bleep backed up? Bleep backed up.
This guy's wound tight over here.
Oh, man.
No, I haven't taken a shit since it was on The Voice. No, we have a good time over here at Are We Garbage.
Buddy, thank you so much for coming in and sitting down with us.
This is great.
Give us the scoop. What's the backstory? You said you were from Cleveland. Take it from there. Give us the origin story.
Sure. Well, I'm from Cleveland.
Uh-huh.
Boy, are my arms tired.
This kid's wild.
How is that wild?
I don't know.
I gave
You zig when I think you're zagging.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
To me, a
silly.
zig when you're supposed to zag isn't wild. A fluke when if you zig or zag, it's all part of the dance.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
All right, thank God.
I was
so
a
there
zag,
I was.
by the way.
I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm doing my thing. Right? Do I have a learning disability? Sure, but we all did.
Little ADD.
Everyone in Cleveland does.
Diagnosed with a little. Okay.
It's in the water.
No, there were some problems with the water.
Yeah?
Well, there were. Yeah, in Lake Erie,
Okay.
there was some problems in the water.
All right.
What was that? I don't know. You got to school me on.
He's probably lying.
I agree.
No, look
kid's crazy.
look up Lake Erie water problems.
I don't like you demanding me to look stuff up. by
Okay,
the way.
all right.
I have a producer for that, goddamn.
Wow, these New York guys, they're real fucking. They really zig when they're supposed to zig, and I'm not used to
I'm
that.
trying to get a fact check. I get treated like hostile.
No, yeah, Lake Erie, there was caught on fire.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
caught
not
on fire. But it still tastes good.
That was
It's a smoky flavor that brings you back.
No, you said something. You said some water ice that tastes good at the beginning. I didn't quite get that.
Water ice. Water ice is Italian ice.
a traditional
Like
Philly
a frozen,
treat.
frozen Italian ice.
Yes. Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's good stuff.
So I just what do I do? I'll tell you I'll tell you.
Yeah, mom,
Yeah, hit
dad,
us from
siblings, school, the whole nine.
Right. Well, I got my parents. They're doing their thing,
Yeah.
right?
They're out there doing their
Dad's
thing.
in the restaurant biz.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he was. We're talking. I'm a kid.
Sure.
Okay.
What is the restaurant?
Shout out
biz
to
entail?
Flo and Eddie's. No longer around.
Was your dad Eddie of Flo and Eddie's?
No, he named it Flo and Eddie's because he liked the way it sounded.
I do like the way it sounds.
He's Steve. His name is Steve.
I'm Steve from Flo and Eddie's.
Steve now is with. Can we push in Marshall Rug Gallery? I'll send you guys a commercial.
There you go. Mandatory.
And yeah, he was in the restaurant biz. Didn't he would get home because he managed 3 of them, so he would get home at 2, 3 in the morning.
He had 3 Flo and Eddie's?
3 of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. What
Yeah.
do they? What kind of food?
Sports bar and grill.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did great. It was
That's
really
a good time.
Yeah.
Great restaurant. Would go in the rib cook-offs all the time. And my dad was
Okay.
friends with Bill Lambier. You guys basketball fans?
Of course. Sure.
So through Lambier, they would bring some of the Pistons. Isaiah Thomas came. Jordan came once.
All right.
Not to the restaurant, but to the rib cook-off. Like it was like a cool.
Okay.
And people loved the cornbread. Boy, did they love the cornbread. That's where we ate. We would go all the time because my dad, he would get home at 3 in the morning. He would take me to school at 8 in the morning. Always at the restaurant. So we would go there for all our meals.
Okay.
And it was great. Then something happened. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it.
Come on, talk about
Yeah.
it.
I don't
go
know.
on.
Maybe it's not a.
Do it. Give the people what they want.
My dad had to get out of the business. And
I poisoned Scottie Pippen. All right. What do you want from me?
you know that.
Did you ever hear the flu game?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Bad piece of cornbread over at Flo and Eddie's.
It was an inside job, I heard.
Almost killed all the Supersonics.
You know that cornbread is world famous, and you could actually get it at the Greyhound in Highland Park or Glendale. My brother's in the restaurant biz now. We'll get to that if we
Okay.
get to it.
Yeah.
But he brought the Flo and Eddie's cornbread over, and if you
Yeah?
guys ever come, I'd love to take you for some cornbread.
Oh,
For
dude,
sure.
I'm a huge cornbread fan.
Are you?
Oh my God.
On a
Fucking
scale
love it.
from what do you
1
guys?
to 403, I would say 403.
Yeah, love it. Fucking love it. Big fan. Big fan of the corn muffin, the cornbread, the corn cakes that fucking Thomas's does that you slide in the toaster. They're ready in 2 seconds. I'm telling you, they're fantastic.
There's something about a New York voice that just really works for me, and it's real, right? That's a real thing, or is this a character?
It's a hybrid of.
He's British. What are you talking about?
Hello. I'm all fucked up. I was born in upstate Pennsylvania, so they have a little bit of like a Buffalo,
Also learning
Chicago.
disabilities up there.
Yeah, the water's on fire up there all the time. And then a little bit of Philly and a little bit of New York is all mixed in.
yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. This show isn't about me. It's about you, my friend.
Well, we went to talk about the restaurant biz, but more than I meant to. I'm just like, without being pinpointed of where it was, I guess I could tell
So
you.
who would cook for you at the restaurant? That's what you would go there for, like lunch?
Freddie.
Freddie would.
Freddie.
So you would just order off the menu.
I would order off the menu.
Okay.
Yeah, I would order off the menu.
And brothers, so you have one brother?
One older brother.
One older brher. So
Yeah.
it was you. How much older is he?
2.5 years.
Two and
Today,
a-
actually.
Oh, happy birthday
Happy
to your
birthday
brother.
to your
Very
brother,
nice.
yeah.
No,
Very
I'm
nice.
saying today he's
He's
2.5
exactly
years older than me.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
wild.
Yeah.
How long does that come around? How often does that fall?
Once a year.
Once a year?
Yeah.
Right.
But I think during the restaurant he was like 4 years older.
That's a wacky place, Cleveland. I
Yeah,
tell
well,
you.
he zigs when he's supposed to. So we had some issues with it.
Okay. What'd your mom do?
My mom sold perfume.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of the house?
No.
Macy's counter? What are we
Yeah,
talking?
Macy's.
Did she?
Dillard's.
Oh, really? She worked at.
Wait, she at all of them, or was she like a rep of some
She
sort?
repped. She's worked with different fragrances during
Gotcha.
the career of fragrance stuff. So she never worked for the Macy's. She worked at the Macy's.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
She worked at the Dillards.
Gotcha.
Right? And she would go. She's one of those people that would be like, "Excuse me, would you like to?"
Okay, nice.
She's good.
I tell you this, man.
good.
You walk into a mall or department store, when you get to that perfume section and the AC's cranking and the ladies are all running around, oh, it feels really good in there.
Really? See,
I
I, never
love it.
like. It's a little
hate it.
invasive to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved
it. reminds me of my grandmom. It's just
Oh,
too much.
real
You and your
classic.
grandma didn't get along.
Nah. she zigged a lot. I should have zagged.
It's your fault.
Yeah, I know. It always is.
Well,
All right,
sucks.
your
I'm real
dad's
close
in-
with my grandparents.
Your dad's tough break for you, loser.
That sucks. What happened?
With what? She died. What do you mean? What happened? She's an old broad. She'd be like 104 now.
So I was in sale. My mom sells perfume,
Okay.
Poison. I'm very sensitive to lights and smells and tastes, and textures, and it's just it's poison.
She brought her homework with her. Her work home with her.
Well, I mean, she's spraying stuff. It's just in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But man, watching her, a lot of my personality came from watching my mom do it because I would do it too during summers. She's
confusing people.
No, my mom
She can move some merch.
She's just an unbelievable saleswoman, but with the best intention, like in anything, not even transactionally. Like she's the type of person, anytime you want to get a flight changed, mom will get it changed. You don't have to pay a change fee. You'll get the free upgrade. She's just always schmoozing. She's always schmoozing. She's always, let me see. And she's looking at the women's arms and no. And like the type of lotion, she's like rubbing it in.
Gotcha.
Not even necessarily trying to sell it. But she just loves to make friends and talk with people,
It's great.
I like that.
My dad's a salesman, but the other end, my dad's like, my dad wants to get the sale. He's not going to lie to you, but he's a businessman.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna lie to you.
And
hey, you can get corporate anywhere. I'll tell you that right now. But a Flo and Eddie's, you're gonna top of the line. All right, this stuff sells itself. I don't got to sell you. Where'd you go to high school? Private, public?
Well, that's where it gets a little confusing. Because
That's where it gets confusing.
I ended up having to go to a couple schools.
Graduated from Flo and Eddie's.
I had to go to a few schools, boys.
Okay.
In 8th grade, I was in just the standard, learning disability class, whatever that is, just like this.
Okay.
You're in like the class with the people that are like playing with balls and stuff.
Sure.
And I don't know because I'm remembering stuff. So I'm sure there's more information that I don't have. But I got degraded down to the sub-learning disability class. Ooh. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it was called something else.
Just great. You seem like a super smart guy.
Thanks, man.
You look smart, too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've never tried a Rubik's Cube. I would love for you to mix it up, see if I could do it.
Takes him an hour.
Yeah.
Sitting here, dead air.
Mix it up for me. So so I went into this class and they started like tracking me. I didn't realize this at the time, but they would take everyone who's in that class a note of everything they're doing. Not necessarily bad, but going to the bathroom, left his desk, like just a full report.
This is in a regular public school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 8th grade. And whatever happened, I got to the point to where I wasn't going to classes anymore. Like I was in this for one class, and then I went to my other classes.
Okay.
And then I was in it for multiple classes, and it got to the point where I'm only in this room with 4 other people.
Okay.
Also, listen, I'm not, we're all imperfect, especially when we're in 8th grade and we're hyper kids. It's absolutely hyper kid, but someone tells you not to. I was at a desk and they put blue tape around the desk, so you can't leave the blue tape. When someone tells you you're not going to leave the blue tape,
on the floor,
what are
you
gonna
mean?
do?
Where the fuck did you go to school? That sounds like a zoo. What do you?
Well, this class, there's something.
This
up with
sounds illegal.
Sounds like sleepers.
Yeah, dude. You were in some kind of fucking government experiment.
I really don't
I'm
understand what it
faulting
was.
them, not you.
Well, I didn't help my situation by you can't walk out of the blue box, so you can't set your foot out of the blue box. So I'm on my knees.
Yeah.
I'm crawling around it, and they're writing all these things down, and I used to do. Remember, I don't know if you guys did this. It was huge by Lake Erie. You would take a pin, a push pin, and you would put it through here.
I was just thinking about it the other day. Through the skin.
Yeah, the dead skin, and like you look it, right?
Yeah.
So I would do that. I did that a few times, and I later that year found out that there was reports that I'm stabbing myself.
Oh, come on! That's very clean fun.
Somebody was looking for his funding.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
That was a scheme with the state.
Yeah, they were trying to get some money out of the fucking governor.
Hey, put this kid in a box and cut us a check, will you?
I think you zoom out far enough, it's a classic case of misunderstanding.
100%. It sounds like it.
And me, who lacked a lot of awareness, didn't pick up on any of this. Not to mention, people aren't speaking to you directly. They're having the reports of sending it to the higher ups and just, we better put Rick in a box now,
What are your parents saying for all this?
Well,
they're busy. Come on.
No, this one. No, my mom was.
The dad's in the weeds. It's fucking happy hour.
Fucking order up, dude.
They had to pay their bills.
I know. Fucking Estee Lauder was all over fucking the back,
My mom was a big advocate. I'd actually love to get her on the phone, see if I can tell you what she said.
Okay.
My mom would go in there and just.
This is an AYG first. I hope he just doesn't. He just asks like how her day is and stuff.
Oh, I got to see first.
Yeah.
Is this a good time?
A little bit of foreplay.
The drama of 8th grade. Yeah, probably selling something. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, Mama. I have you on a podcast, so don't say anything racist, okay?
Okay, I'll try really hard.
Hey, your son's crazy.
Do you have any blue tape left?
Okay, so we're talking about 8th grade and being put in. We can't say the name, but the class and the boxes, and the Rick stabs himself and the burns with cigarettes. I'll get into that if we need to.
Left that out.
And they're like, well, what did your parents do? And I was saying, Mom's a big advocate. Will you tell? What did you do? Because I wasn't there. What did you do? You went in and you spoke to the principal or superintendent or something?
Well, I've done lots of things, but one of the things I did was I had a meeting and I had the superintendent and the principal and the vice principal and the counselor and the motherfucking disgusting educational teachers that were giving you a hard time.
I like this lady.
One. And the counselors, and I had them all, and I went in there very calmly, and I just said that they were the evilest people, and that they didn't know what they were doing. And then I said they should change the name of this school from to Auschwitz, because it is
There you go.
concentration camp. It is the killer of children's spirits and souls, and that they're all should be ashamed of themselves for taking the sweetest.
All right. I love you. But look at me now on the voice. I love you, Mama.
But wait a minute, one more thing. I called out each one of them. One of them was Himmler, one of them was Goering, and by the time I got to your teacher, I called her Hitler.
Wonderful. I love you so much. And Mom, remember, if this is tough for you and you need somebody to talk to, head on over to betterhelp.com/Tyso for 10% off your first month. All right, love you, bye.
Well, I think after this conversation.
Okay.
It sounds like you were fucked with. That's fucking insane. Your mom's 100% right.
Yeah, and I didn't know this was even happening. Like I didn't know my mom went. I found out all this stuff after the fact, and also, who knows what you remember when you remember and what perspective you see from. Tough actin, Tinactin, you hip to it?
Yeah, my hip. Yeah, of course.
You spray it upside down, it comes out, the air comes out. I used to do that, and a little circle would come on your hand.
Sure.
And then it disappears.
It's like freeze. Yeah.
It doesn't hurt yourself.
No, it's like frost or whatever.
But I did that, and one day I had a little mark on it, and that later I found out that they were saying I burned myself with cigarettes. Never smoked a cigarette to this day. But like a lot of this stuff. So now I'm in this school. You guys had this over here, right? There's the DC
I doubt
trip.
it.
No, the DC trip. Everyone goes to DC.
Sure.
We had something
Mine
like
got
that.
canceled because of 9/11, but sure.
Oh, how old are you?
32.
9/11. That was in 2001. Oh,
Yeah,
I
it was
guess
in
maybe you went later.
8th or 9th grade.
I think you've been lying to me this whole time.
I think you've been lying to me. I don't know whose show is this. Get your mom on the phone.
I hope that was an actor on the phone too. That'd be awesome.
So I didn't get to go on the DC trip. I was real embarrassed. People would say, "Why can't you go?" And I was embarrassed. I didn't even know what I was doing. I'm like, I'm not going to go.
Mm-hmm.
While they were introducing me into out of other classes, I was still in this one class, and I remember that I was in. There was a group, and the teachers and everyone's in groups, so it's like a little bit more of a free for all.
Sure.
Everyone's talking, you're getting up, you're doing your thing, and I don't remember if I asked permission or not, but I went to the bathroom. And I remember coming back from the bathroom and just panic. Ricky's on the loose. I have my friend David still sometimes says to me, Ricky's on the loose. And I was so embarrassed. What do you mean I'm on the loose? I went to take a piss. On the loose?
On the loose is a bad term to be thrown around.
Also, I don't have friends. I'm not victimized.
Yeah, where are you at socially in all of this? Do you have friends outside of school or in school?
No, I didn't really have I wasn't bullied. No one was mean to me. I didn't even realize, like, just looking back, I really lacked a lot of awareness as a kid. Everyone was nice. I'm sure there are bullies in school that are like TV show bullies, but I never really experienced that in high school. People, how you doing? Oh, it's not, I can't play today. People would always make excuses. I always took it at face value. I thought I had a bunch of friends, but I wasn't ever included in things. But then when that happened, I was really like, for the first time, kind of wanting to not
be that person.
Well, not that I want to not be included, but I wanted to don't talk to me, don't invite me, don't see me right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
don't see me. And then 9th grade is coming up, and I have a decision. High school, I'm now going to be in this box, or I could choose to go to. If I want to go back to regular classes, I have to go to the special school. It's called PEP, Positive Education Program. Shout out to PEP. We'll put their Instagram handle up here. And this was a school, man. This was like, pardon my if I'm stigmatizing this poorly, but through the eyes of this Jewish Magic the Gathering playing, wanting to have friends, kind of silly boy, it felt like, oh, these are bad kids.
Okay.
there was in each class there's a teacher, assistant teacher, and a restrainer. Literally
Whoa.
in the hallways, people are being held down on the ground. Kids jumped out the window, first floor, like to run away, pulling him through the window. Like
Now that's getting loose.
Kids with serious
Out the
problems.
window's getting loose.
that's getting loose.
Steve got loose.
Yeah.
He's out.
He's getting loose instead of zigging or zagging.
zagging,
Yeah.
He probably was zigging and zagging through that field. I
Blue
tell you.
tape all over him.
But it was the first time where I started to feel like I'm not an idiot.
Good.
Because they didn't have books past pre-algebra. And I was always good at math, and people needed help, and I knew everything, and the teachers saw me doing something like, why don't you help out? I just remember feeling, wow, I feel really good about myself
Validated.
when you want me to help somebody else.
Yeah.
And then I started to feel like I'm smart. Well, not stupid, right?
Okay.
My brother's a brilliant boy. Was on Jeopardy recently, won.
What? Get the fuck out
Very
of
smart
here.
guy. You should try the cornbread.
Holy shit.
But he was always smart. And
That was every one of his answers on Jeopardy. Try the cornbread.
yeah, it was a southern theme. Southern foods that start with C. That wasn't good enough. Edit that out. And it's also where
keep it and put it in twice.
edit it in.
Kip, let's talk about movement.
Movement, baby.
As you know, in a tiny apartment, a couple of college dropouts teamed up to create a watch company that turned the game upside down.
Couple of rule breakers in here.
You got unexpected colors, clean designs. Movement is one of the fastest growing watch brands out there right now. They ship to over 160 countries, and they pass the savings right on the hill.
Yeah. Now Movement has expanded into blue light glasses that protect your eyes from your screens. They have minimalist jewelry and more style essentials that don't break the bank, all designed out of their California headquarters because they're all good old local boys. You know what I mean? You get a beautiful watch shipped right to your door for free, and if you don't love it, you can ship it right back for free as well. And Movement Watches has the look and quality of a $400 to $500 watch that you'd be paying for at a department store, but at a fraction of the cost of the price because they were built online and they own their own process from start to finish.
There you go.
They got the Everscroll blue light blocking, light filtering glasses that my lady uses when she's tapping away at the keys over there.
There you go.
But if you want to elevate your look with style that doesn't break the bank, then join Movement and get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/garbage. Again, one more time, that's mvmt.com/garbage. Do it.
Kip, let's talk about ladder. Let's talk about the tender moments that you have with your family.
Okay.
And if something happens to you don't want to leave them in the lurch,
You don't want
do
to screw them.
You don't want to screw them over.
They're sitting there holding the bag while you're off there in permanent dreamland. You know what I mean?
You're laying in a wheelbarrow next to the garage. So do yourself a favor. Get on ladder. Get yourself a little term life. No doctors, no needles, no nothing. You do it all online. And you sign up.
Yeah, why not pay a little bit each month to protect the loved ones you got? You know what I mean? Ladder is 100% digital. No doctors, no needles, no paperwork. When you apply for $3 million in coverage or less, just answer a few questions about your health in an application. Need a couple minutes on the phone or a laptop to apply. Ladder's smart algorithms work in real time, so you choose to find out if you're instantly approved. No hidden fees. You can cancel anytime. You get a full refund if you change your mind in the first 30 days because they're good peeps over there. You know what I mean? Finally, since life insurance costs more as you age, now's the time to cross it off your list because you ain't getting any younger out there.
That's right.
You're no spring chicken anymore.
No.
Got to get those affairs in order. So go to ladderlife.com/garbage today to see if you're instantly approved. That's ladder, LADDER, life.com/garbage, ladderlife.com/garbage. Do it. Now back to that show.
Back to the show.
It's where I found basketball. Started playing basketball.
Okay.
Just because that's
Because you're a tall drink of water.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
6'3" today.
There you go.
And basketball changed my life, boys. Basketball changed my life.
Okay.
Because then I graduated from Pep.
Okay.
I remember that.
Is that like high school? Like high school?
Yeah, a lot of times you go to Pep. It's a school that's where you go. Usually, a lot of times, I don't know usually, but it seemed like many of the people that went there, that's where they went to school.
Okay.
Maybe some of them left. Maybe some of them stayed.
Gotcha.
But I went, and then I did a good job. So then I started doing half days. And I was
Okay.
going, first half I was at Pep, and then I took a bus back to my school.
Okay.
And people were like, where were you? And I was so
That's
embarrassed.
tough. Yeah,
So
that's
embarrassed.
tough to explain.
I got my ear pierced.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that wait,
Wait, that's what you told
was
people?
that- I was at the mall. I was at the piercing pagoda.
And I said, I got my ear pierced. It took 6 months. No.
It takes 3 hours every morning.
It was a hoop. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I got my ear pierced. I just remember, like, like, ooh, I should get my ear pierced. I don't know. I'm going back to school. I need to show up different.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'll get my ear pierced. Then when I graduated from Pep, they invited me back. They're like, you did such a good job. You should show people. I play the piano. Like, will you come and do a performance?
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, sure. It wasn't a performing school. I'm just kind of remembering that I went back and there was like an auditorium for like some of the people that like didn't beat people up for 2 weeks. They got to leave or something. And I played Titanic on the piano, and there was a choir that sang, but we never rehearsed. I don't know them. They don't know me.
All
I was
right.
like kind of playing Titanic and they're singing, and then they gave me a pen. And if you guys don't beat anybody up for 2 weeks, you can get a pen. You know, it's like that.
Start playing chopsticks.
But when I went back to school, I saw some kids.
I did not know what was coming next in that sentence.
I hope he's making it all up, because if he is, he's a fucking genius.
How's this for am I giving too many specifics?
No.
Are we feeling all right?
I'm loving this.
It's great. Exactly what the show is. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So I go back to school, and I'm in the gym, and some of the kids that I was friends with in like 3rd, 4th grade, you know, like they're always your friends, but you don't really see much anymore. But you know Timmy pretty well. Great basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in the gym. He's like, "Do you play basketball?" And I had been playing basketball. I didn't know much of basketball. I would wear.
What grade are you in at this point?
I'm now back. It's the second half of 9th grade.
Okay, second half of 9th grade.
Yeah. And by the way, people who play basketball have been playing basketball. Like they didn't start playing in 9th grade.
Of course.
They've been playing AAU and blah, 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 blah. And we're also a very good basketball school.
Okay.
We played against LeBron. Very cool.
Okay.
If we get to that, we do. But I say that to say, like, it's a good basketball program.
Sure. I gotcha.
I don't understand
These
any
aren't
of this
scrubs.
yet. Yeah, these are people that play.
These are ballers, as I call them.
I would wear, I call them that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I would wear my khakis. I'd always wear cargo khakis. And I would have
Why you were playing?
This is just what I wore to school.
Okay.
Cargo khakis and extra large button downs.
Okay.
And I'm like, I need to have shorts. So I would either wear shorts under my khakis and just really uncomfortable, or for a little bit I had those khakis where you could unzip. You remember those?
Yeah. We're all right.
Yeah, those are all right.
Yeah.
Try zipping them back though. Thanks, Mom. Get her on the phone.
After LeBron dunked on you. Who's seen the bottom half of my pants?
I feel like that was anti-Semitic. The voice choice. Has anybody seen the
No, it's my nerd voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, you're making that connection, not me.
Am I more nerdy than Jewish?
Yeah, I would
I'd
say
say it's
so.
a 50-50 split, to be honest with you.
Mix up that Rubik's Cube. So when Tim's like, do you play ball? I'm like, yeah, because I've been playing. Not really.
Like in the driveway or whatever.
At school, at Pep.
At Pep.
That's what.
Gotcha.
That was almost like if you were in prison, you go out into the gym.
You're in the yard.
You got to play. I still have, because I would play with the teachers and they would wear rings still, and I got hit with one by accident just playing with a ring, and I had this mark on my face. And I remember I was at Pep. I didn't even know if I was going back to school, but I still I want to be in the yearbook. If I go back to school and I'm not in the yearbook, I don't want people to be like, why are you not in the yearbook?
Sure.
So I went and I took the picture, but I was like black eye and cut, and it's like, I was in prison.
Yeah, really adding to the persona.
But so I'm like, yeah, I played. So I was like, great. Well, we played. These guys played. And for me, it was more like something to do and a way to connect. So I would stay after school and I would start playing ball with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the JV team in 10th grade because.
Okay.
Shout out to Ship Collins, by the way. He saw that I wanted to be on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if he was going to cut anybody, he cuts me.
Gotcha.
But he didn't.
Gotcha.
I didn't play much.
How tall are you at this point? Are you
my height, 6'2",
yeah.
maybe at least.
Wow.
Okay.
But I don't know anything.
Sure.
You know, I don't play. I didn't grow up with this. And I remember we didn't even have an away jersey for me. So I would still go in the games, but of course I'm not getting in the away games. I'm just sitting on the bench just in my, my cargo zippies.
Khakis and a blazer.
Wearing a full basketball uniform underneath all that stuff for some reason.
I didn't realize it at the time, but this was the first time I'm like, wait a minute, I think I have some friends. I'm part of
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
And I cared very much. And I worked so hard. I played so much, constantly going into 10th grade. I'm on the JV team. I'm not very good, but I worked so hard. And I got decent.
Okay.
And I have friends now. For the first time, I think.
This is so heartwarming. I'm serious.
serious?
Yeah. swear to
What do
God.
you mean?
Yeah, sports fucking rule, dude.
If you're unaware, this is
sincerely.
a gripping story.
Sports do rule. Kobe Bryant, I don't remember what interview it was, talked about something about how important sports are, not even at the level that he was at, which
Sure.
he was at on one of the highest levels.
He did good.
Was he?
Kobe Bryant, yeah. And he talked about how important it is to, at a younger age, to work with people to get something, and also to
100%.
lose. And he's like, because it matters so much, because you're wherever level you're at, you need to win, and you want to win, and you don't, and it breaks your heart. And then you realize, but then there's the next year, and you try it again, and you're like, losing sucks, and it should motivate you, but it's just a thing.
Yeah.
And how important it is to lose, not just for sports, but just like to recognize the importance of how you feel in this moment is chemical and matters, and it's just this moment, right? And I'm actually feeling myself. I want to get merch. It says my eyes are watering, but like sometimes my eyes start to water when I say stuff like,
No, that's good.
But I have friends. I have a sense of confidence. People are asking me. I don't think we were on, but before I was talking to you about how like sometimes it's uncomfortable. You ask people to come to your podcast,
Putting yourself out there or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
of course.
I'm okay with it, but that's all I ever did. I would be like, hey, do you want to come over? And like I can't. I remember. I think I talked about this recently on one of my pods, but remember my buddy who I am friends with now, but he never wanted to play, and he always said that he's not allowed. My mom won't let me, so I said, because my mom's such a good saleswoman, I asked my mom to talk to his mom, and my mom would call his mom, and his mom had to lie to my mom. And it's like, you fucking dork.
Why wouldn't they come over and play?
He was
I don't
a
know.
weirdo.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not judging. I'm just
No,
saying,
yeah.
as a ninth grader, look at they're going like, that's unfortunately, and it sucks as you get older, you have perspective
Yeah.
of like,
I do know
that's shitty.
Some things were, I don't know if this was particularly with David, but some things were like people would come over. I would get like, I love competition. Basketball is great because I love being physical. I love competition. I get aggressive in play. And we used to, like, friends would come over sometimes and they wouldn't want to anymore, but like I would always want to wrestle.
All right, okay, hold on there, Ricky.
Now you're losing me.
I was.
You're attacking kids.
Well, I don't
Showed up, he's in a singlet and he's got headgear on. On your knees.
Jesus Christ, have a couple of fucking pizza rolls, will you? Watch the A-Team, something.
So I had an older brother. At the time, he was, I think at this time, he was 2.5 years older. And he was really into boxing. And his friends would come over and they would box.
Christ.
Boxing gloves in the basement. And
You're like two feral cats. I wouldn't stay over all the perfume in fucking Cleveland. Jesus.
All of your activities take place at Sing Sing, it sounds like.
you got me.
I love it.
You got me.
I fucking love it.
But yeah, I was annoying. I bother people. I also didn't pick up on stuff. I've developed a lot of tools. I came into some awareness 5 years ago that really changed my life. But I really couldn't pick up on stuff unless you said, Rick, I don't like it when you do this. Then I would maybe be like, maybe he doesn't like this.
Okay.
At most.
Yeah.
But if you were just like, okay, I would be like, yeah, and
Sure.
not that we don't all have the tools, and maybe I made people uncomfortable. Also, my brother was older and aggressive, and he would be fighting. Brothers get in fights, sure,
All
but
the
my
time,
brother
yeah.
beat the shit out of me.
Okay.
Like not just like jumped on. I remember I was in the den watching The Simpsons, and I'm sure there was some reason that I didn't know about, but just came in and jumped on me, landed his knees on my lap so I couldn't stand up, and just started fucking beating me. And I was like, great cornbread though.
Yeah. Check him out on Jeopardy, will you?
Damn it, Mrs. Glassman, I gotta leave. Call my mom.
But yeah, people would see, I'm either wrestling them or seeing me getting beat up, or
What was the rest? Where did the wrestling, like WWF wrestling? Or,
that kind of wrestling. And also, like I was saying, my brother liked to box.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thought my brother was so cool. My brother was good at basketball. My brother was so funny.
Older
my brother was
brothers
smart.
always are, yeah.
So, not as cool as mine.
Sure.
Let me call him. Probably wouldn't answer.
He's probably on TV or something.
He's probably fighting somebody.
But yeah, it was an aggressive house. It was an aggressive house.
Mm-hmm.
Kind.
Okay.
Kind. But I think the fairest way to say it is just lacked awareness, was hyper, and if the other person didn't share in the dynamic, and some did,
Okay.
I do remember thinking, because my mom said to me, it's so nice that you're friends with such and such or such and such. Not like I'm necessarily doing that a favor, but like she's glad that it's happening.
Yeah.
And I always thought that like, I'm a good guy. I'm friends with the weird kids.
Wow.
And I didn't know I was one of them until within the past 5 years.
What happened in 5 years? It's the second time you said within the past 5 years, or what happened in five years ago that shook this loose?
This isn't a secret, and I'm happy talking about it. I don't love talking about it too much. I talk about it on the pod, and it is a thing. But I was diagnosed with autism 5 years ago.
Okay.
And that changed so much for me.
100%.
There were so many unrelated things that connected in patterns.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, five. I'm in my 30s when I found out, and just developing. I've told this story on the podcast before, on a podcast. I feel like you need to say that in case people, I don't know. But I'm on this show called Undateable. My boss, Bill Lawrence, shout out to Bill Lawrence, president's coming up here. Successful dude. He has a basketball game. I'm in the game for years. And he sent me an email. There's been a year has been going where I'm like,
You were in one of those LA basketball.
That's how I got. So I never was on a
pretty
TV
cool.
show. Bill saw me at the Improv, came up to me. Well, he went actually specifically to see Brent Morin. You guys know Brent?
Yes.
Yes.
Very funny comic, one of my best buds. Brent came to see him. I was on the show. He took a liking to us, and after the show we were talking basketball, and I'm like, well, this is my
I run
life.
a game, dude. Yeah.
This is where my value comes from. People like me since I started playing basketball. People only like me because I'm good at basketball.
I get down to the paint. I don't leave that fucking box.
Yeah.
You got to see what I could do on the court.
Turner's got a headband on. Just like,
The game's a great game. It's what you want. It's industry. It's indoor only. They never have more than 15 guys, so you don't have to wait more than one game. So there's a list of people.
That's
and,
classy.
And he
Pretty
says, there's a list of people. I go, why don't you give me your assistant's phone number, email? I'll check in. He goes, okay. Every week for months. Finally, she's like, all right, why don't you guys come? Brent and I came, and I was fucking... Brent makes fun of it, and it's funny, and the way he says it makes me look a little much, but it's also... I'm awesome.
Okay.
I'm just, I'm aggressive.
Sure.
I'm in, and it was great. And so was some of the people. And I'm in the game. Bill sends me Brent and I an email. Hey, I want you to audition for the show. I don't have an agent. I've never auditioned for a show before. That was my first job. I'm in this game for years. Bill is a friend. I've known him for years, and so cut 2 years later, I learned a little bit about autism, and I'm starting to realize some stuff. And I'm like, am I autistic? And I'm not going to get checked. It's like $5,000, and it's tough to diagnose an adult. Sometimes depending, but like where I'm at, it's tough to.
Gotcha.
As a kid, it would have been easier.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking about. Is you were you went undiagnosed and were fucking completely mishandled as a kid, and that put all these feelings in you of feeling like lost and feeling like there's something wrong with you and this, that, and everything. And if they would have fucking approached it a little bit different, your whole life would have been different, right?
This is really corny. I'm so grateful for the way everything went. I'm the comedian I am, and I'm really...
Because of that.
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
And I'm really good. And I became good kind of recently. It took me a while to figure out how to do the craft. It's hard, obviously.
Sure.
But I'm really grateful for the language of comedy that I learned, which was... I never knew how people felt about me, but I wasn't aware that I didn't know. I just, whatever I'm thinking, you're thinking. And I grew up, I'm glad, thanks Mom and Dad. I grew up thinking I'm fucking awesome.
Sure.
Everyone likes me. I'm funny. David wants to come over. His mom won't let him. So like, I never knew how people felt about me, so I filled in the blank.
He likes getting hit with a folding chair when he walks into the house.
So I never
Full Ultimate Warrior paint on your face. Oh, man.
I'm going to cry.
I want to see this fucking show. That's a fucking
I'm gonna
show.
be fucking bawling my eyes out.
Kid, let's talk about Dave.
Dave, you mean my best pal, Dave?
Yeah.
Greatest guy in the world, Dave?
Good old friend Dave bailing yet. You got a wedding coming up. You don't get your strap for cash. You got a couple of bills you got to straighten out. You want to take the bird out to a nice meal.
And not want to look like a bozo. Have her ask her to put it on her card.
Woo.
Had to do that before.
Yikes. Oh, Venmo you, I promise. She ain't calling back. Do yourself a favor. Get on Dave. Let him straighten you out a little bit.
Yeah, if you're living paycheck to paycheck or struggling to make ends meet, it can be really stressful when unexpected expenses come up. Now, Dave can help you in a pinch when you really need it. Dave is a banking app that can help you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash That's more money to fill your tank, buy a wedding gift, catch up on bills, lay it all on the Jets, whatever you want to do. You can finally tackle those expenses.
Go from bad to worse.
That have been stressing you out without any hang-ups. There's no interest and no credit check needed. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app and get the financial relief they need with extra cash.
Yeah.
So if you're in a pinch, need some extra help, download Dave and think of a helping hand from future you. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now. That's DAVE. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly.
Hachi machi.
For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking provided by Evolve. Member FDIC.
Woo!
Future you will thank you.
Kip, let's talk about Display.
Display, baby.
Yeah. What are you covering up the holes in your walls with, huh? Regular posters?
Not spackle.
Like a booze.
Yeah.
Get a nice fucking cool metal poster
Listen
like
to
this
this.
thing here. Woo!
Heavy bike posters we're doing nowadays.
Yeah.
That's for dudes who are jacked and cool and have sex with chicks.
That's the way things
That's what we're doing, baby. They offer features, officially licensed designs, including Star Wars, Netflix,
Star Wars.
gaming, movies, comics, anime, whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not judging. You like anime? Get a display to your favorite anime
Do
character.
yourself a favor.
It only takes 20 seconds to hang a display. No power tools needed, no damages, no frustrations. Once you mount one, you can switch over. New plate in a flash, easy peasy. With every one display you buy, Display plants a tree. Look at that.
Look at
Get
that.
cool stuff for your house. Save the environment all in one thing.
There you go.
You click the link in our description to see some of the favorite displays and save up to 29%. Other people out there doing 20%, 15%, 10%. We're doing up to
29.
Up to 29%. Get 25% off when you buy one or two, and 29% off when you buy three or more. They're giving away the store over there.
Do yourself a favor.
Discounts will automatically be applied to your cart when you click the link or use the code GARBAGE when you visit displate.com. That's displate.com, code GARBAGE, or click the link in our show notes. Do it.
Bring that back up because I want to talk to you about something I'm working on later if we have the time. But what I was saying is I never knew how people felt about me, but it wasn't like, how do they feel? It's just like a subconscious thing. But I always knew when somebody laughed that in that moment, we're connected, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that I'm necessarily the funniest. It's just I loved making people laugh, and I loved laughing with people. I like making them laugh, but if I'm not the one making them laugh, we're laughing. We're on the same page, and I knew that, right? There's a safety
You can't
net.
fake that. I mean, you can fake, but
No,
it's
you
like
can't.
it's undeniable. Of
Yeah,
course.
I don't think you can. I mean, I remember Sandler in one of those roundtable interviews, like for Oscar or something. He was talking about the hardest thing, and I agree with this. The hardest thing to do as an actor is to fake laugh.
Yeah, 100%.
Because
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even if you're not in this business, it's something that feels a little disingenuous or like,
Sure.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But I learned so much about learning how to, if I could say something in a way that gets a laugh, then it's good.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't know, really, until 5 years ago, was how fucking exhausting that is for everybody. And just needing to get laughs.
Being on all the time.
Being on all the time. And people always said to me, I never know if you're joking or serious. And I say this all the time on my podcast, but I never thought, and I still don't think that those two things are mutually exclusive. I'm both.
Yeah.
I'm being playful, but if I need something and I'm uncomfortable, or I think I might make you uncomfortable more realistically, if I could say it in a funny way, maybe it's better.
Yeah.
Maybe, pick your battles.
Sure.
Also, I was exhausted. I didn't want to always be fucking doing this. I'm fucking drained constantly.
But
So
you had to. It was in you.
When I call comedy a language, I mean that quite literally. I spoke English as a second language. I spoke comedy. Comedy is my language. So I only know how to say, hey, I have to use your bathroom. I didn't know that sentence. I always knew I gotta go take a big fucking shit. Not really, but what I'm saying? That's another way to say it.
Communicated.
I learned how to talk in the fucking annoying, loud bullshit way, and I just thought that's what it was. I just also,
I fucking love this kid. I'm telling you right now. He's all right.
when people didn't make me laugh, I'm thinking like, what's the point of you?
Of course.
And that still holds.
I might have autism now that I think about it. This guy's bringing up most of my life.
Like Seinfeld said.
Somebody give me a basketball.
Seinfeld, if you're not going for a joke, what are you doing?
I remember I said this to my mom and years ago, and it is something sexual. So if it seems weird, my mom, I don't talk to
Get
my
her
mom.
on the phone. Let's do it live.
Hey, you're worried about weird now? We're fucking a half hour in. What are you? Come on.
I'm thinking that, but I just feel like this could be contextualized. Not that it's weird, but inaccurately. Like,
Sure.
I'm not.
There's no weird here.
I don't talk to my mom about coming too much, But I do remember saying, like, I had this awareness, and I said to her, if somebody doesn't make me laugh, teach me something, feed me, or make me come, what's the point of them? And I don't think, if that's selfish, I always felt like selfish has bad PR. You need to offer me something, and I need to offer you something, or the relationship doesn't serve a purpose. And I don't need people to feed me. Not too many people know how to make me come. Autism, just joking, but you know what I mean. But you friends, if they don't make you laugh, or if they're not super interesting and could like teach you stuff.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah, I understand.
So in my mind, that's also my value. My value was, I'm funny. Another value of mine is I'm a great basketball player, and I gotta say, when does this episode come out? This month?
This month, yeah, it'll be out in like 48 hours.
I'll send you a clip. We'll cut to a clip. Hold on one sec. So I back to me getting kicked out of this basketball game.
I don't know how
Wait,
to
you
edit,
got
by the
kicked
way.
out of
Really?
the basketball game?
Oh, did I not tell you? Do you really not know how to put this in?
I got $1 million. I got $1 million nuts.
We don't have to.
This guy gave you a show so you wouldn't show up to his game anymore.
No.
Hey,
And you're charging people in the lane.
We'll give you a straight to series deal. Just stop showing up at the gym.
This is years after I'm in the game. I'm in
Okay.
this game for years. Years after the game starts, I'm on the show. I'm in the game. Then we're on a TV show for 3.5 years.
Okay.
Then the show gets canceled. I'm still in the game for another year or so before this happens, where he sends me an email. And I want to preface by saying the email is going to sound mean and aggressive. It was pure love. One of the it changed my life for the better. And he did something for me that other people haven't, and a lot of people don't, which was he told me something that I didn't know that benefited me to know. It's just kind of a more personal version of, hey, you got a booger in your nose.
Sure.
You know,
Okay.
Right? He sends this email saying,
Which we're big on that.
don't love to tell somebody, but
No,
love
100%.
to know that I'm with somebody and will.
100%.
So I'm thinking, do I have autism for like a year? I'm not, maybe. But then within a 2-week period, I got kicked out of a poker game. And that one, it's because they're boring. I'll take responsibility for everything, but they're boring. I'm having fun.
They didn't even want to wrestle.
Seriously, not one person wanted to wrestle.
So
Hey, guys, I got a pair too. Someone get on my shoulders.
So there, I got Topher Grace in a headlock. All right, there we are.
Mix up that cube, would you?
Man, we're having a good time. All right.
So, but you know,
I put a pin in the poker game.
okay.
And then, but to the email for the basketball.
email.
Yeah, so I get kicked out of this basketball game. Hey, Rick. Hey, handsome. That's what he calls everybody. He calls everybody handsome. This is a tough email to send. A couple of the guys in the game don't like playing when you're here. And when I was younger, I've had some issues, and I thought, fuck these guys. So if you want to say fuck off, you know, you have every right to do that. But I just think you lack some awareness, and there's some things that I don't think you realize about how people feel about you. And then he listed some stuff, and some of which made sense, some of which I still disagree with. But I can't argue and deny, and I knew this then. It was like, ooh.
Can I have 2 or 3 things on the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're too aggressive. You're yelling at people. You talk a lot of shit. You're always yelling at stuff.
Okay.
You don't pass the ball enough.
Okay.
You don't get back on defense. So he's just critiquing the game.
It's not. It wasn't.
Double dribbled in the championship. I didn't want to say anything.
It wasn't mostly about my game. It was mostly about my
Behavior in the game.
Yeah.
Which doesn't the autism creates like a blind side to you acting?
I'm
like
truly.
certain
It can't
parts
be
of it.
listen, mate. I'm not this way because of autism. I'm this way because this is the way I am. However, some of the character traits of autism didn't help me be aware to make the choice to be different,
Sure.
which I think I would have, but who knows?
Sure.
Right? But it's not an autistic thing. It's the where I could connect the autism to was the reality, and what I realized when I read this email was maybe, yes, no. All of those things, there's a through line to. I had no idea anybody felt that way or could feel that way.
Okay.
And, you know, I've said this as an analogy before, but if someone checks their watch, a lot of times people think maybe they're bored and want to go. I think, I'll tell them the time.
Okay.
You know, so I didn't know. So even if it wasn't true, if nobody wants to play with me,
That's
then
still a fact
something's
at the end of
happening
the
that
day,
I'm
yeah.
doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, and I said we'll put up a clip. I wrote this show that I was pitching with Bill.
Okay.
And this was years ago. And I made this
Before the email.
after the email.
After the email.
He said, so the email was, I'm not going to kick you out of this game. I think you should not show up for a few weeks.
Okay.
Think about if you want to come back to the game. And here are some of the things. And, I love you, and it is what it is. And that really felt bad. I wasn't mad at him. It felt really bad. Like, I've been in this game for years. Some of these guys in this game been writers on the show. These are my friends.
Uh-huh.
And it very much, are they my friends? And I didn't like that they had to tell Bill and Bill had to tell me instead of telling me. I also I used to think, fuck those guys. I'm responsible for my end, but also if you guys told me this, I would have then known.
If I had a booger on my nose.
Yeah. I have since learned that, although I still agree that is what people should do. People are afraid of confrontation, not because they don't want to make the other person feel bad, but that they would feel bad because they feel bad. People
Sure.
run away from uncomfort, even if it builds resentment. And I think that's a shitty, indirect, inefficient way of communicating. But I've also learned that everybody has their own tools, and it's not their responsibility to communicate the way I want them to.
Mm-hmm.
So I've since dissolved that, and I take my responsibility. I also have come into I was real when I first found out. I got real excited because, like,
Was it diagnosis?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm like-
so you went and
I got diagnosed.
Paid the 5 Gs.
It was a different thing. It met with I found this adult behavior. The test for UCLA was just for kids,
Gotcha.
or more specifically, this was an adult behavior specialist who deals. This is what she does, and met for a while, and she gave me this diagnosis. And at first, it was like, not see that I'm autistic, but see, Rick, you're a good guy. Like
Yeah.
you're not people. My intentions were good, which isn't everything, but matters, and that was what I was resting on.
Sure.
And it's not all that matters at all. But like, kid, when I was a kid, all these things.
They connect. Everything started
So much
to connect.
connected. And then I started researching and learning and reading more about it, and it's like, oh my gosh, and all these things. And there's one book, I forgot what it's called, and I've talked about on my podcast, people message me. I feel it's relevant, and I want to say, Asperger's from the Inside Out, it's called. It was this guy who wrote it who wasn't diagnosed until his kid was.
Mm-hmm.
So point being, he was diagnosed as an adult too, and all the feelings of, is this what it is? Am I? And all these tools that I built myself. Some were very efficient, some inefficient, and it's just from the perspective of learning as an adult. It was very nice to be like, oh yeah, there's a community of this, Then as I started wanting to, like, I would tell some of my friends, some would say, yeah, obviously. Some say you're not autistic. And I remember I felt dirty needing to convince people, well, you didn't know me when I was a kid. And I was like selling people on a thing that wasn't meant to be an identity. It was just like, here's this, literally giving me a book now of learning stuff. And I became depressed too, because I started to realize, so this, I'll go in and out of the show that I was writing or am, but, was, because that's the story. But this guy who's the funniest, best basketball player in the world, everyone loves him. He turns 30 and finds out nobody likes him. And it's like, that's, everything is different than what I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Not that things changed. And that's what's weird. The diagnosis didn't change who I was. It just opened up awareness, and things didn't change, which means it's always been this way. And I only remember my memories and what was my responsibility and why is this. And then I became so sad, and I don't know when I'm bothering you, but I know that you probably won't tell me, and I might do it at some point. So now I'm walking around like, by the way, I'm sorry if is this okay?
This is fucking.
No, I'm saying that stuff. I do that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Actor. But like,
That was fucking seamless. Holy shit.
Oh, we're doing an act off. Okay, I didn't know that. Toby, get my skull. Hey, you gonna rope a dope me? I don't like that.
I didn't know. So I'm like walking around. I remember I know it feels like I'm walking around on blindfolded on a beach where there's like a line in the sand, and I never know where the line is. And people could move wherever you want to put your line. No one tells you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I'm just so depressed, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, because I am taking the responsibility completely on me because I've bothered people. And it took me a bit before I started to kind of come out the other end and realize I am responsible and I'm not responsible for you. And that's where I started to develop tools of I've realized that people aren't usually upset, annoyed, or disappointed by, I mean, relatively in the gray area pocket, by who you are or what you say or what you do. What triggers them or upsets them or makes them uncomfortable is when their expectations aren't met, right? And a lot of people have subconscious expectations of what an interaction is supposed to be based on reputation and based on their own experiences. So when I come into a comedy podcast, I'm expecting to be silly and blah, 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 blah. If you guys are not that thing, it might be a little jarring. And the jarring is the issue, not who you are. So I have found a way to let people know beforehand. My podcast is called Take Your Shoes Off because take your shoes off is an easy, I have OCD. It's an easy one for people. That makes sense. But it's also like an icebreaker.
Sure.
I also need you to wash your hands and put your cell phone in the phone soap and sit on the blanket.
The pounding.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I thought he was trying to big time.
So if you could frame, which is, I don't want it to be my responsibility, but it's kind of a tool of communication. If you could frame people's expectations of you and or the interaction, it'll only be best.
Sure.
So I now, when I meet people, I'll say certain things, and this is a different situation because this is playtime, and I know it's supposed to be playtime, so I don't need to. I think I'm going to be on the same page with you. But when you meet people, you sometimes have to say, "Hey, I get a little silly. Feel free, please. If you're never not on board, just say, Rick, like bring it down. I have no ego. It's just true. I got no ego attached to this. Tell me, but I won't know. It makes people feel safe.
Sure.
To tell me, but also, oh, he's a lot. I'm expecting that it's okay. And I started to realize that, other people's expectations of interactions are not my fault. And it made me start feeling a little bit better.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I wrote this thing.
Ultimately.
And I made this web series called The Sixth Lead. Shout out The Sixth Lead on my YouTube. And it was great. I was a sixth lead on Undateable, and I made this little web series that ended up being on Hulu for a little bit and NBC.com, and it won awards. And I say this bragging because it felt really good. And
of course.
I made this thing about
that's a pretty, not to cut you off, that's a pretty fucking long, pretty fucking tough journey. And to see some kind of fucking, accolades from that, that's understandable.
Yeah, because also I was playing it's very Curb inspired. This is a bad Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I was playing a heightened version of myself of now seeing how people saw me, and now I get to do that for entertainment. I get to be that thing contextualized.
Sure.
And I got to do on the Warner Brothers lot. We got to shut down one of the streets. I had extras, costumes, crafty, security. I'm directing this thing, and it was very awesome. And Bill saw it and liked it and wanted me to make more. And he now started to say, "Oh, Rick's." I don't think I was too good on that sitcom, but look, Rick's funny. Like Rick is he found a thing. And
this is after the email. This is after all this stuff.
This is before the email.
Okay.
This is Bill has now seen me this thing. I also think the way that Bill was able to communicate with me, I think there was, and I don't want to put words in his mouth. I'll tell you how I felt. I felt like Bill thought I was funny, put me on the show. I was whatever on the show. He thought I had potential, but I wasn't doing it. There were some issues on the show too that I didn't realize were happening. I always wore headphones. People thought I didn't want to talk or I was being disrespectful, but just things I didn't know, and I don't think I had the best reputation on that set for the first year and a half. And then Bill saw me do that, and then he started like.
And you didn't know any of this stuff yet. You weren't diagnosed.
Wasn't diagnosed.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I didn't know this stuff. Not to say that people didn't say things, but it didn't register to me.
I gotcha.
But then the email thing happened, and a year goes by. I've since been diagnosed. I'm already back in the game. Bill was really sweet too. I had shoulder surgery right after he kicked me out, so I didn't come back for like months and months. So when I came back, Bill said, "If I'm Bill and you're me,
okay,
and all the other guys are shooting around over here, Bill made a point to stand over here so other people here. How's your shoulder surgery? I know that's why you were gone for a while, like trying to not throw me,
class move."
And I said, "I'm feeling better, but I also know that a lot of guys here don't like playing with me." Because I didn't,
great.
fuck you guys.
He's like, "What the fuck?" I said you were getting your ears pierced. What are you doing? I fucking love it. And what did they say?
Nobody said anything. Some of the guys didn't
Told
know
you
that's
that
why
privacy bill.
Yeah, some of the guys didn't know why I was kicked out. Or didn't know I was kicked out. Some of them obviously.
Fuck them.
But also, in my head, the point of playing basketball is to win. Mm-hmm. That's where my value is. That's why we're here. Nobody wants to lose and sit a game, so fucking win. While other people are there to have a good time,
Exercise,
to play with their friends.
social.
Yeah, maybe pull it back a little bit on a Saturday, but I like the fucking hustle. I like the driving.
Yeah, there's some
Did
of them that
that
are.
change when you went back? Were you like, okay, I can now see this more socially?
It
or
made me
whatever?
think of like when I went back to school.
He went
in
even harder.
in ninth grade.
He's running suicides.
Oh, man, this guy's all right, man. I'm fucking telling you.
Packing guys in the paint. Nice fucking email, pussy.
Check the ball. He just keeps fucking hitting it.
Yeah.
Check the ball. Check the ball.
I'm open. I just fast break. I refuse to shoot a layup. You want me to shoot? Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to win? Fucking cowards.
Hey, I know you're a soldier surgeon. Yeah, and everybody hates me. What the fuck, man?
When I made the sixth lead, and when I was editing it, I love it. I'm proud of it. I love people seeing it. I think it's done. It's gotten me jobs. It shows people what I'm able to do. It's my voice. I'm very happy with it. While I'm editing it, like anybody else who does stuff, I'm seeing some stuff I could have done different. If I make more, here's what I would do. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking, like, I like this process. So a year goes, and I have this idea for this show based around this thing, and I film a short, not meant to show anywhere, but basically, before I write this thing, let me film it, edit it for the writing process. Mm-hmm. And it was really funny. But I made it. Joel McHale plays Bill Lawrence. The script was written around the email that Bill sent me. So it was really like taking some ownership and power and creative, artistic like choices through this thing that was ultimately very beneficial for me, but like a hard thing. And to be able to make it funny. And we were doing it, and then Bill and I and another producer, shout out John Stern from Futile and Stupid Gesture, we were going out to pitch this thing.
I was going to say, this was all, you got cast in that after all this awakening, right?
No, that was before.
Because it seems like you fit more into that now from what you're telling me. Does that, if you haven't seen the movie, it's awesome.
It's great. It's a story of the origins of
But do you
National
see what I'm
Lampoon.
saying? Like,
no. I fit. How so? That character?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Listen, also, it's not like I'm diagnosed and all of a sudden, like, I stopped punching people and, like, I'm still an
you
adult.
punching people?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I
I'm
don't know.
saying,
You brought it up.
no, like, I'm still like, at this point, I have friends. I'm not like the worst guy. I'm not horribly annoying. I'm just a lot.
Sure.
And, just like any other annoying guy who doesn't,
Gotcha.
but like, it wasn't like I couldn't do stuff. So when I booked that, it was unrelated. But the guy I met from it, Bill and I were going out to pitch this show.
Okay.
Right when I booked As We See It, that Amazon show.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't do my show anymore, so I didn't finish it. I didn't finish that short because it was only for me anyway. Years go by. I'm watching the footage with shout out John Michael, who edits my podcast with me. And I'm like, this is really funny. I want to do something with this. But there was no ending. So I filmed an ending last month. It literally over 3 years. And I'm putting it out August 29th. So that's when I'm like, we'll show a sizzle clip. I was kind of joking, but I'll send it to you. But I made
He's
this.
going to send you 15 videos by the end of this.
Yeah, you know what? Have this podcast be like BTS to some of the stuff I want to send you.
Yeah.
I cannot overemphasize the fact that I do not know how to edit.
All right, we won't do it then. August 29th. Check out my YouTube
None of that
channel.
stuff's plugged in.
But I've really like it's been a really nice way of self acceptance of like not only growing and learning, becoming more aware and learning more tools of communication, but also to then like use this stuff that could be embarrassing or shameful, which isn't. Maybe I'm wrong, but it isn't. As like fun character stuff.
Yeah, of course.
No.
Shame kind of gets in the way of acceptance, and like to be embarrassed about something makes sense, and I'm nervous and embarrassed about a lot of stuff, but to feel shame about who I was as opposed to gratitude for getting it here just makes me not be able to accept the thing. And as corny as this is, self-acceptance has changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's made me happy,
Gotcha.
but it also has made me not try and sell you who I am. Like this, I am a lot. You know, I zig when I'm supposed to zag.
Now I
Sometimes
feel
I'll
bad.
zig when I zig. No, it's okay.
No,
What the stuff that you said before we started about how my podcast is stupid and I
I meant that.
have a little penis and
I'm going to accept myself as well.
We did call Rick's mom before the podcast and say we cannot come over and hang out. We did say that. We
Last
can't.
time I went over, he put me in a full Nelson.
we did cancel the sleepover, which we apologize. We'll make it up next week.
But I have now started putting people in half Nelsons.
I've made a compromise. I've toned it down.
I do 4 stunners a month. That's it.
I do think it. Now knowing that, I didn't know, and I always knew you had a different take on. I mean, I didn't. You know, we didn't know each other well or at all before this. I always knew you had a very different take on comedy. It wasn't.
DCOC?
What's that?
DTOC.
DTOC.
Yeah.
A different take on comedy. Is it a one-time acronym?
OTA?
Whoa.
W.
Hit me.
HM.
That's pretty good.
Right hand.
Yikes.
Are you good with them?
Well,
AYG
What the fuck? I get left
OTA.
I
hanging?
got a right hand. I need the right. I have a thing.
Oh, okay.
Thanks,
Come
dude.
on, he just went over it. What are you doing?
I don't know what the fuck you two were doing just then.
OTAs, one-time acronyms.
But if I'm missing a high five, I want in.
IIMAHFIWI.
I'm not that good.
INTG.
Maybe I'm not autistic. I don't know.
What's 16 times 9?
WSTTN.
Wait, what is
Oh, hey, fuck. Did he just do that?
Yeah, he did.
Jesus Christ.
He asked him what's 60 by 9, and then he hit the acronym instantly.
What is it?
145.
Wild. No, but he
Hey,
did an acronym for what I asked him.
Dude, it's moving too quick.
Mix up the cubes.
I had a couple of cocktails last night. Everybody slow
Are
it
you
down.
being serious?
Yeah. I haven't done it in a while. No, I've actually never done it, but
You've never done it?
I can't imagine they're that hard. That's good.
I've never done it. I always cheated.
Isn't it? It's always like 32 moves from being solved at any given point.
I don't know, dude. I really just I don't know how to. I want to just play with it, but keep talking.
Piece of shit.
I feel like you have your own cameras in here.
I fucking love it, man. I fucking love it. I'm never going to get him out of this thing. Jesus Christ. Dude, that is a fucking wild fucking tale, man. That is something else.
Thanks, man. Good to be here.
Yeah, you seem thrilled.
I'll play this in a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
No, but it's good to be back. What else?
What else? Did you go to college?
What? Yeah.
Rikers.
Kent State.
Okay.
Oh yeah. See, I told you guys would be. I told you they would be okay with Kent State. What could I have said where you guys would have not said okay?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've heard of it. I mean, you know.
Right.
Oh, my God. Do you take the SATs?
ACTs probably.
I took an SAT. I don't remember. I just went to Kent because my brother went to Kent. I'm like, I'll go there.
Graduated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Degree in what?
Marketing with a. I was also doing theater, but I was able to graduate a half a semester earlier, which is not early, 4.5 instead of 5.
Okay.
So I just didn't finish theater because I didn't take
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Get in the real world.
Yeah.
Become a working stiff.
All right.
Yeah.
That was unfucking believable. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
That was fantastic. Let's get into some fucking some garbage cues here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back a little bit. Do your parents still live in the same house that you grew up in?
Yeah.
They do. Was it a street, a boulevard, an avenue,
Lane.
An oval.
oval?
So it was
Yeah.
like.
You mean a cul-de-sac?
So
Yeah.
well, the address would be like,
Stop with the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. Now I can feel I'm drawing my line in the sand. Put the fucking Rubik's Cube down.
Get the fucking blue tape. Let's go. Getting this kid organized here. It was an oval.
If this keeps going, so your mom's gonna be in here calling me Hitler in 20 minutes.
Oh my God. All right. What was the name of the grocery store that you went to as a kid?
Doesn't matter, dude.
This fucking dick.
Man,
Give me it. Give me the Rubik's Cube back.
stop it. Really want to know the grocery store? I feel like
Yeah,
that's
what do you
telling-
mean? This is the
Heinen's.
show.
Heinen's.
All right. Heinen sounds pretty classy.
Where do you shop now?
You got a couple of bucks now.
You're doing all right.
I'm an Air One guy.
Air One. I don't
That's
even know what
that's
that
that
is.
one that everybody talks about how crazy expensive it is.
Is that like Raya?
$88 for an avocado.
It's the Raya for grocery stores.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go to Whole Foods often.
If you're
Gelson's
slumming
sometimes.
it to see the common folk.
Well, I love the prepared foods. I'm gluten free.
Okay.
No offense. And they have a lot of stuff on their hot bars, organic, gluten free. I like it.
And you own a place out in L.A.
Say that again?
You own a place. You own such an asshole.
I rent.
You do. You rent. Okay.
Why am I not remembering?
Stop with the Rubik's Cube. I knew I shouldn't have fucking gave it to you.
I haven't done it in a while.
What was the name of the pizza place and Chinese place in your hometown?
Geraci's Pizza, very good. Diner, drive-ins, and dives worthy.
Whoa!
Visit from the king.
How come I didn't get that when I said Kent State?
Because Guy Fieri wasn't there.
I know, what the fuck?
I don't know what to tell you, man. Get some fucking bleach and flame out the fucking 57 Chevy.
Walk with Wing was the Chinese place that was the spot. However, that went away, and now it's Hoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
When was the last time you were on a boat, and where was it?
Fuck, dude. A long time ago in a galaxy. So I'm really upset that I'm not able to figure out how to do this while I'm chatting with you. Last time I was on a boat. I don't know. Fuck it. Next.
Okay.
Water skied at camp, a Jew camp.
What was the name of the Jewish camp?
Emma Kaufman camp. What do you know?
Emma.
You want to do your
Who
research?
invited this guy?
Emma Kaufman camp, you idiot.
Oh, man. You have a car?
I do.
What are you whipping around in?
A hybrid electric Audi Q5.
Audi.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Owned or leased?
Lease, dude.
Okay.
Always a lease.
Yeah, I'm a season. Yeah, I was a lease.
That's pretty classy.
You ever buy the floor model of an appliance or a
Ugh.
TV?
No.
Okay.
My brother once got me True Lies on DVD, and it was used, and I don't keep it with my other ones.
I totally get that, though. That's nothing has ever rang so true to me.
I
than
don't
that.
keep it with my other ones. What's your mom's best friend's
close.
first name?
It's none of my business to say.
Okay.
I'll say it. Lolly.
Lolly.
Yeah.
Okay. I like a lolly. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Will you wash your hands at a restaurant?
Yeah, I wash my hands before I pee.
Really?
Yeah.
And
So if
then
I'm going to
after
eat,
as well.
sometimes.
Listen,
Okay.
you're at a restaurant. Lemons or limes on the table. Will you wash your hands with them at the table?
No.
Okay.
I will order before I wash my hands, though, because I've touched the menu.
Okay.
Okay.
Any pets growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Lay it on me there.
I'm a cat boy.
A cat boy.
I'm a cat boy.
Just one cat, two cats,
Many
multiple
cats.
cats. What are we talking about here?
I mean, we got her. Bleep all of them. I'm not kidding. I know you don't edit. Bleep all those. I've never said my cat's names, and I'm not joking. Bleep their names. A lot of them. I don't want to tell them.
Did you kill any of
Will
them?
you bleep these names?
Yeah, dog.
Thank you.
I'm an incredible editor, by the way. It was all a ruse.
Sounds like it was a lie. Do you not know the difference between a ruse and a lie?
A ruse is an elaborate lie.
My mistake.
And
Maybe
look,
I don't know what
it's
a ruse
done.
is.
Not yet. Not yet.
Jesus. And you
This
step.
is just like a sizzle reel for him. He's doing. He's got his basketball dunks going. He's got a Rubik's cube.
Yeah.
I mean.
Now we
just
try to
making-
ask him questions and he clams up. And you stepped on my "Did you kill any of the pets?" line.
Hershey Squishy, you could say that name. We closed a garage on him. Thanks, Dad. It was an accident.
My God.
This was before sensors. This was pre-COVID, and the cat was a couple houses down.
How many car garage did you have growing up?
2.
2 car? Could you fit 2 cars in there, or was it filled with stuff?
You fit 2 cars in there. Although there's 3 now because when I went to college, my mom's parents, who lived in California, the last few years they were alive, they sold their place and moved in with us. So we used that money, we put a little addition onto the home.
Okay.
Okay.
To give them like their own little living area and then another small part of the garage.
Okay.
Write that down.
I remember. Got to write that down. Right next to Lolly. Putting it down there. And killed cat. Got that on there.
Sorry, please.
What did you do job-wise when you were a kid? Did you work? Did you work at
Got
all?
a worker's permit when I was 13, worked at McDonald's.
Okay.
Worked there 8 months, made maybe $600, kept going home. I was too hot. Hated it. Can I go home? Okay.
You would ask to leave?
I would ask to leave constantly. I would also ask people to do the coffee because it made me too hot.
All right.
Now,
But then I worked at Best Buy.
I would leave because it was too cold.
Worked in the computer department. Did a good job. Sold a lot of computers. Got big into computers for a while. I sold so many computers that they let me. They gave me some free CDs. I got a Hardball CD, and then another CD. So
What's Hardball? I don't know what that is.
the storm is over. Storm is over now.
Come on.
is that a band?
The Keanu Reeves baseball movie.
Keanu Reeves
soundtrack.
baseball. Oh,
Yeah.
Hardball. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
it wasn't
right.
as good as the Replacements.
No.
Shout out to Shane Falco.
Woo!
Ziggy Zaggy, hoy hoy hoy. I have that soundtrack too.
The Man Show?
What?
Was that from the Man Show?
I know that from the Replacements.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Irish kicker.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know, I don't think you're allowed to say that anymore.
Irish or kicker?
You can't put them together.
At your place now, do you get dressed in front of the dryer?
No.
No.
Is that because you keep your clothes in the dryer?
Yeah, that would be a trashy thing
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
if you leave your shit in the dryer.
No. I also, when I take it out, I don't throw it in a drawer. I fold everything. I put the socks together. I do the
OCD.
just
keep
having a nice closet. I don't think that's OCD.
You keep everything nice and neat, though, at the house.
Yeah. Shorts color coordinated.
Shorts are color coordinated.
Shirts.
Shirts color
That would
coordinated.
fall OCD. I feel.
Roy G. Biv.
So I open your
Roy
closet.
G. Biv.
You won't open my closet.
I'm going to be hiding
If you
it
ever
tonight.
come to my podcast, you're not even upstairs.
Doing this one in the third garage.
Just so we're clear, that's not a you thing. I just don't want people up there.
Okay, well, I was going to ask you that. It's with your OCD. Does somebody like me skeeve you out?
No. Not at all.
No?
Hang around a little
I'm
while.
pretty gross, yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. You might want to wash your hands after you touch that Rubik's Cube.
If I went to your house right now and asked for a water, what would you give me?
I'd ask you cold or room temp, my friend.
Whoa. And then what would that be, a bottle, or do you have like a...
Would you like room temp or cold?
Let's go room temp.
I got a Berkey. I'll throw it in a glass for you.
What's a Berkey?
It's a nice water filter
Really?
Yeah.
On the counter?
on the counter.
Out.
Yeah.
Well, then what about cold?
It depends if I have bottles. I often have bottles, sparkling or still. But if not, then I'll throw in some ice cubes. And I'll let you know that the ice cube tray never touches the counter unless I wash it after. It's very clean. Put the nice filtered water in there. If I'm going to take the ice out, I'll ask you, but I'll tell you I already washed my hands.
Man, this is a guy I want to live with.
Yeah.
A Berkey is sick. I just looked it up. It's like $400, and it looks like something you'd have out at brunch to like that would have like lemons in it when you're serving fresh water out of it. It's sick.
All right. Okay. Is there baking soda in your fridge?
Yeah.
In your freezer?
No.
If you were preparing pasta at your house
When?
on a Tuesday.
I'm just saying when I'm preparing pasta.
Yes, when you're preparing pasta at
Gets
your
me
house.
there easier.
I apologize. Gotcha. When you're preparing pasta at your house,
When am I doing it?
Tuesday, 5 p.m.
it's cloudy outside.
Right. Well, I'm
All
not
right.
making pasta on a nice day. I want to be walking outside, not carb heavy.
That was too quick for me to laugh at.
TQ
That was a good piece of business.
GP
Shut up.
OB.
This guy's talking in fucking Morse code over here.
Do you cook the whole box of pasta in the whole jar of sauce, or will you half it and put it back in the fridge or the cabinet?
you call it a box of pasta is already I'm out.
Really?
No, I'm not making my own noodles, but I buy fresh noodles, gluten free.
Okay.
GF.
How'd you do that?
I've seen a menu before.
And but that would be asterisk GF.
Sure.
He's got you cold.
I'm more casual with it, all right?
lot of garlic, and one whole onion, if not two. Saute that up for a while.
So you're making the sauce. You're not doing jarred sauce?
No, I'm jarred sauce, but I'm doctoring.
But the question is,
Searching it
do you use the entire jar of sauce, or will you put it half used jar of sauce back in the fridge?
I will. I've done both.
Okay.
It depends on how much I'm making and what's doing. Because sometimes with the pasta, when you get fresh, it's not as much as a box.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I like to make food that I think will last me 2-3 days, so I don't have to keep making it.
Okay.
But then you just eat it that day.
Gotcha.
So you figure out, what am I going to do? Am I going to be home? How much am I trying to make? I'll throw it in the fridge, but I try to use that sauce within a week.
Okay. All right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Have you ever been kicked out of a restaurant? Asked to leave?
No, I've been kicked out of a poker game and babasketball game in a
Get
school,
back
though.
to the poker game.
I've been kicked out of stuff only by my friends
Why'd you get kicked out of the poker game?
because they were boring. We're sitting around. These are boring people. Okay, and also I know some of them I'm still friendly with, and maybe watch, and I have to acknowledge that
What's up, guys?
I'm not talking about everybody, but also you know your poker game is boring as fuck, and you guys are dry as fuck. And I'm in there, and I'm being silly sometimes, and they're taking all
through the table.
They're just like, did you golf? Like, yeah, no, I went golfing. I wasn't sure, I wasn't sure if I would want to go, but I ended up doing it, and, I decided to just do 9 instead of 8. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not, have your conversations, but I'm not engaged. Mm-hmm. So then talking, blah, 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 and then you're thinking, and I'm just like joking around, like if I want you to stay, and I'll be like, you should fold. You gonna fold, you little bitch? Hold on, real quick. Also, I just want to say, real quick, I'm not sure. Are you a little bitch?
Me?
Yeah, are you a little bitch?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, you're a little bitch.
Sometimes, yeah.
Why don't you play? Don't be a bitch. Being silly.
All right, I'm on their side.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm every now and then in a hand. Like, that's a device.
Did you have a pizza cutter in your house growing up? Like the wheel one?
The restaurant would cut it for me.
Oh.
We didn't make pizzas.
Never had pizza at the house.
Yeah, but we would order a pizza.
You're not cutting that. It's already pre-cut.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have
All right,
a
take
pizza
it
cutter
easy.
now?
What's the problem? Hold on one sec. What's the problem? Oh. Did I say something wrong? We could do it again, or do you want to?
Hey, don't make me send you an email. All right? There's a lot of nice people around here.
Will you push a button at a red light?
I have to, yeah. I don't love it.
Okay. You don't like to do it you don't want to touch it?
No, do you?
No.
Right, but you have to do it, right?
Will you do it with a hand or elbow, or like do you have a spot that you think is like impervious to germs that you'll instead of sacrificing a hand or a finger?
I used to, but the reality is, you put it on, you touch it with an elbow or a sleeve, then that's dirty.
Man, we are the same person.
And sometimes you'll go home and you'll be like, I don't want to touch my face. I'll use this, but that's the thing you're using. So what I've had to do is just accept I'm going to get it on me. A lot has changed. A lot has changed recently for me. After COVID, it got bad. I started doing stand up again, touching microphones. I'm like, just fucking let me touch the thing. Whatever, man. Sure, give it to me. Sometimes I feel like you're that way too.
Yeah, I have a very OCD. Germs is a very big
pre-COVID too, right?
And now I think some autism. Oh yeah, COVID was like my Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
That was like here. I was like, okay, everybody has to live like I live.
I felt that way. It's like everyone's on the phone. I'm like, this is what it's always been.
Dude, I'm wiping down groceries. That's all I ever wanted to do, and not be a wacko.
Will you eat in your room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I have a tray. I have trays that
in the room.
No, but I'll bring. If I want to eat in the room, I'll make a decision. Like, I'm gonna frost myself. I'm gonna eat. I'll be fine. I'll have a napkin. I'll have a tray.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how long does that tray live in the room after you're done eating?
I don't. I put. It's
right
not going
away.
to stay there overnight. I mean, maybe if I'm in the middle of a movie and I'm watching something in bed, I'll put the tray on the floor. But always, even if it's
That's
downstairs,
out.
I don't like waking up in the morning and seeing dirty dishes. I don't think that's an OCD thing. I know that I don't like that because maybe I don't know.
Yeah. What if say you're cooking and you're making your fresh pasta and a piece of noodle falls on the ground, will you pick it up and eat it, or is that to go in the trash?
If noodle probably will go in the trash. If I'm making a veggie and my floors have been cleaned recently, it's a game time decision.
Sure.
And it's early in the saute phase. I have been known to put it back in the pan.
It'll heat up.
Yeah. But not if I'm cooking for somebody else.
That's so specific, man. It's so fucking funny. Early in the saute game. How's the bathroom? Nice and clean?
Yeah.
Body wash, bar? What are you doing?
Body wash.
Body wash.
I found the ones that are okay. I don't know what they are. I asked my now ex, but still friend.
Uh-huh.
She told me all the things I'm supposed to buy that are the good ones.
The healthier ones.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like. I use a bar sometimes. I'm not against a bar. I don't prefer a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shower curtain or sliding glass?
Unfortunately, curtain.
Curtain. Okay. All right.
You take your shoes off on a plane?
I do now. You know what I do? I go, enjoy yourself, Rick. I don't like taking my shoes off on a plane because then I'm putting those socks back in the shoe. So what I used to do is if I needed to take my shoes off, I would then rest my heel in the hole of the shoe.
Okay.
So my sock wouldn't touch the ground, and I've started letting my sock touch the ground, but when I come home, I'll take the sock off when I walk in.
Huh.
But by that logic, wouldn't the sock get dirty from the outside of the shoe?
No, because the sock is in the inside. my heel goes where the heel is.
Sure.
Gotcha.
And then the top of my shoe, the top of my sock is touching the outside top of the shoe, which isn't the best, but that was okay for me. You know, we make them up. We make up our rules.
100%.
And that one was okay. But now I'll put it down. But also it depends where you're at. You ever take a shower in a hotel, and do you put your feet on the shower, or do you go heel and toe?
I'm all in.
Wait,
course.
heel and toe in the shower?
Yeah, are you worried? I used to not in a public shower.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
dude.
you would stay on your heel. I don't want I want as little of my foot touching that shower as possible.
So you point your toes and prop the middle of your feet.
Yeah, like
up.
this.
So
Here's
you're-
your foot.
Oh, no.
Like
I don't.
almost like tippy toe.
That's not a tippy toe and back
And
toe.
heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a trotter, like a
Yeah,
horse.
but then sometimes you're like, I'm fucking gonna touch. I'm just standing in it. Sometimes I'll be standing in it and not realize it, and then I'll be like, oh. I feel like the best way to explain it is like, you're both meat eaters.
Sure.
Mhm.
Are you totally fine with it, or have you ever considered not eating meat sometimes?
I'm fine with it.
So I'm in the middle, and I sometimes don't want to. One, because I follow a lot of animals, and I love animals, and I think I just it doesn't make sense. And also sometimes it just grosses me out.
Sure.
But I'll be sometimes eating meat, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. It gets in your head sometimes. I'm
Yeah,
with you
so
on
that'll be like that in the shower sometimes. I'll be like, oh! And then I'm washing my feet again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sleep with your socks on?
I probably have fallen asleep with my socks on, but no.
How often do you wash in the sheets in the room?
Surprisingly not often enough. But I don't do outside clothes in my bed.
Me too.
I don't get in my bed dirty,
Okay.
but I go oftentimes a month before washing.
Do you shower before you go to bed every night?
If I did something that day, but I probably shower 4 times a week.
Okay.
I don't shower every day. I also don't leave my house so often.
Okay.
If I go someplace that is dirty to me, whatever that might be, if I'm at a restaurant that feels dirty, if I go to a gym or I do anything where I'm sweating, physical therapy, if I'm laying on a bench or something, I'll shower.
Okay. All right.
If you're having a big dinner or like a fancy dinner,
Then I'll
that
shower,
night,
yes.
Will you go the whole day without eating or eat less in anticipation of the big meal?
Game time. It depends how you feel. I mean, my pooping situation at the moment is nothing to write home about, so I would have to consider that. Like this morning, I've been limiting my gluten, but like I'm on vacation and I want to have some stuff, and I wanted to get a Belgian waffle this morning, but I'm like, I'm going to want a pastrami sandwich tonight, and I parented myself someone. I'm like, Rick, pick one of them.
Okay.
So I decided to get the pastrami sandwich, so I didn't have the waffle today. But that's more about like the way I feel. My joints kind of swell up when I have gluten.
In a roundabout way, that answers this question. A trashy thing would be if somebody was going out to a big meal, they wouldn't eat all day. I'm not eating all day. I can't wait to get there.
Yeah,
I want to
save
be
up for it.
starving.
Is that trashy?
Yes.
What? Yes, very.
Yes. You're parenting yourself, which is very classy.
We got to wrap up here, but I got 1 or 2 left. Anyone in your family have a standalone hot tub? Just a hot tub in the backyard.
No. However, my parents' shower does have jets in it.
The jacuzzi.
Pretty
Yeah.
nice. Parents do well.
Well, when we was in the restaurant biz, he was upper middle class. Then we moved our way down to middle.
Okay.
Fucking
Gross.
You got the jets in the shower, though. Was
yeah,
that from...
and we got the Montagues in the bath.
Pretty good.
I got that reference. The West Side Story. Okay. Fair enough. What's the Mayo
West
situation?
Side Story and
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
what's the difference, right?
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Really?
New York City.
That's the difference. What's the Mayo situation?
Not going to do it. Although every now and then in a tuna fish sandwich, sure. But I recently discovered, I haven't done it, but somebody told me about, instead of using mayo, try making tuna fish with hummus. Into trying that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
No. In
That
fact,
tickles my
a good
fancy
idea.
a little bit.
Anybody in your family ever claimed to have seen a UFO?
No.
Ever?
That leads to trash?
It's not the classiest people are claiming
Tends to go that way.
You know what I mean? Have you ever had a subscription to Maxim magazine?
Yeah, and stuff.
Whoa. Pegged you for an FHM kind of guy. You and your acronyms.
I still have them at home. I still have all the Maxims at home because I never read them. I just loved the covers. So you would look at them.
Yeah.
Almost like trading cards or comics or something. It's just like, wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good times.
I just talked about this on a podcast, but my mom had whatever. I'm not going to get into it.
Okay.
It's about masturbating in a lamination machine.
Yeah, we'll save that for episode 2.
All right. Listen, this is what I think. And I'm just shooting from the hip here.
I think you've never solved a Rubik's Cube. That's
Yeah,
where
you're
I'm
not
going.
going to get the cube.
You got close, and then you went off the rail.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in I've never done it.
Could you? You've never?
No, I haven't done it in a very long time. I used to do it all the time. I was able to go. I give it. Let me play with it for a day. I'll be good. But I used to be able to do it in like
day. Oh, I thought you were asking to borrow that for a day.
No, I'm saying like
I'm
if I play with this for a day, I bet you once it's off, I'll maybe if I could concentrate. But I used to be able to do it under a minute. I was like, and I thought I haven't done it in a while, but I wanted to.
That's
try
pretty
'cause
cool.
it could make me look cool.
They used to frustrate the shit out of me as a kid.
They're unsolvable to me. I would never be able to do it.
I'm going to say this. I don't know what you guys are thinking. This, like I said, I'm sure. Yeah, he's classy.
Yeah, it's class.
He's class.
Thank you.
I mean, he's got mold. I asked him what kind of water he would give me. He said, "What temperature do you want?" He took a temp on the water, like
Yeah.
he's a Michelin star chef over here.
Yeah, I
He's
appreciate
It's all
that.
class, baby.
Come on, you fucking.
You're not gonna get it.
It's that kind of attitude that really
Is
makes me have to go
correct.
pee.
You're not going to win any Saturday games with that kind of attitude,
Sure.
Kippy. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what an exciting, interesting episode with Mr. Rick Glassman.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want the folks out there to know that you have
Plug
coming up?
away. Plug your pod. Any dates? Anything.
It's got a Rubik's Cube tournament next week.
And boy, are
He's
my
gonna
arms
lose
tired.
for sure.
Oh, my God.
We're getting there.
No, you're not. You're getting fucking further away.
It's like me trying to take my wife's bra off.
Can't say that anymore.
Go ahead. Focus for a solid 2 minutes. You want to do it? Go ahead.
How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah, I have to.
I don't know.
do
The
this on
last
my
hour,
own.
sometimes I thought you loved me. Then I thought you hated me.
Is
Then
that-
I
are
thought you
being-
loved me
you-
again.
is any of that for real?
A little bit, yeah.
Tell me.
I concur.
No. Tell me. No, I like. Let me put this down.
This is deleted scene.
Wait. What, because of what? What made you think that? I'm here playing. I thought we're laughing and having a great
No,
time.
100%.
I'm not
Yes.
Rick, of course. Of course.
What
I've been here
happened?
the whole time. Tell me what that is because I love you guys. I'm
It
having such a
just
good time.
freaked me
I'm having such a good time with you, for real.
I thought I pissed you off once or twice. That's all.
Just when you
But
guys
I'm
went
always-
okay when I said Kent, but other than that, no, not at all. I'm having such a great time with you guys. I also felt really nice because I thought maybe I was being a little boring, just telling you some stories.
What are you,
and you guys
crazy?
were
That
really
was
kind.
fucking gripping.
No, of course. And to our point, I think, one, like I said, we don't know you very well.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you come in, we turn the thing on. We have to
Yeah.
learn your rhythm, learn your speed, your story. Like, yeah. So it's just we're just figuring you out. I mean, I've only known you for like an hour and 8 minutes.
I love you.
Yeah, you're fantastic.
That's why I said it, because I want you to love me.
I really do. I really like. This is great.
This was fantastic. No, I had a fucking
Fantastic.
blast. Yeah, it was great.
Fantastic.
Well, that's at Rick.
Catch me at the Funny Hut.
The appreciation of an arc of completion of a dismount is actually quite I'm disappointed that I can't do this.
We get that. I get that
But
sense.
I also want to say
Toby, cut to him dunking right now.
I'll send you some clips.
That'd be all right.
Just fucking.
That'd be all right.
But I also got to say because it's a lot of, I don't want to say pressure because I don't feel it, but there is a lot of expectation on me from my audience that everybody in the industry thinks I'm perfect. And I just want to, this is just nice to let people know, look at even Rick sometimes can't
He's a human.
finish. Yeah.
You're like us.
No.
He's got fresh pasta. What are you talking about?
No, but all jokes aside, I got to say that.
Now he's into the cards.
Is this your card?
No, we have a good time. All right. If you guys watch the last 8 minutes of this first, you probably won't watch the episode.
If you're like me and fast forward to the end and watch from the middle through.
But thank you guys for having me.
Buddy.
Whenever I'm back here with my equipment and or you guys are in LA,
Of course.
I would love to make you some recommendations of restaurants. Yeah, you'll come on, and so there's no confusion. I love you guys. I appreciate you
We
guys.
love
This
you,
is
man.
really nice. Thank you.
Of course.
We love you. Kippy, what do you got for him?
Guys, we just had another Philly show. First one sold out. Get those tickets. Boston's going to sell out. Providence is going to sell out. Seattle's sold out. Portland, I think, is going to sell out. Get those fucking tickets now.
Come see us, gang. This was a wild one. Rick, you're awesome, man.
Let's end it the way we always do. 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3.
Maybe lock them doors and turn the lights down low. Fade to black during this. Keep the music on the soft and slow.
We'll see you next week.
Is that from the Hardball soundtrack?